Another college football season has come and gone, and now it is a perfect opportunity for us to sit down and reflect on our final stats here at the Gridiron Expert. A record-breaking year at the Gridiron Expert, we should add. Record-breaking numbers, fantastic engagement. We crossed the 12,000 mark and are well on our way to 13,000 subs. Hopefully we'll get there very soon. We got some fantastic gear on display, from the helmets that you can see behind me to the pennants that you cannot see currently off camera. There's some great comments, some great live streams, some great calls. It was just a phenomenal year all the way around. Of course, we do want to thank every single one of you, all of you members of the GE Nation, for your continued support into what we're building here on the channel. But as you know, if you've watched our channel, every week, we do these weekly recaps. We talk about the crazy things that happen in the week of college football. We also have our numbers up there. We have our statistics. We show what we did on the money line, those straight up picks per week. We show what we did against the spread each week. So if you signed up for our expert picks, which we highly recommend you take advantage of, the offer is still there. Never too late, never too early to sign up, but take advantage of it before those prices change. If you take advantage of those, you see our against the spread picks and how we're doing, not just here on the channel, but stacking up against other handicappers. So now it's time to kind of compile all of those records and see what we did in 2023. We got some eye-popping numbers that we want to share with you, so let's dive into it. Take a look at the money line, guys. Straight up on the money line, just straight up winners based on our preseason predictions. These are the picks, guys, that we're putting out in June, July, August. We do our preseason game-by-game predictions for every Power 5 teams, and of course put them out for the Group of 5 as well with those conference recaps. 423 and 96. That's over 81% on the money line this year. We actually finished the year with less than 100 losses this season on the money line. That's a fantastic season for us. This does not include bowl games, by the way, but we are very, very thrilled with that. Over 81%. I mean, we're ecstatic. We're ecstatic. Over 500 games and we're getting 423 right. So what a year for us straight up on the money line, based on those preseason predictions, based on those weekly prediction videos we put out, those top 5 games, those underrated games, those game of the week videos, all those compiled. 423 and 96. If you go back and look at how we did in those preseason predictions, I feel like that's the talk of the summer that gets us hyped and ready for the season. And then we kind of forget about them, right? We kind of forget about, you forget what I said, Texas was going to go. You forget what I said Iowa State was going to go, Arkansas was going to go, whoever it may be. Well, if you go back and look, we got 27 records correct this year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's over 20% of all the teams in the entire FBS that we correctly predicted their record. Right at 6-6, right at 7-5, whatever it may be. We actually got 6 records exactly right in the Big Ten, which was by far our best conference. So nearly half of the Big Ten, we got their records correct. So we're very, very happy with that. Happy with those numbers, actually an increase from years past. Off by 1 game, correct or within 1. So say we had a team going 9-3, but they actually went 8-4, or we had them going 9-3 and they actually went 10-2. So correct or within 1, 69 and 133, 51.9%. I mean, what a record, guys. It's over 50% of all the teams in college football, all the FBS teams, over 50% that we were correct or within 1 game on. An extremely accurate mark. Some upsets you just can't predict. Some upsets you don't believe are fathomable. You don't believe they're going to happen. So sometimes you can't predict injuries. I mean, crazy things happen, but still 69 out of 133, we were correct or off by just 1 game on our preseason prediction. Of course, it does stretch into the Group of 5 as well, but we're very, very, very thrilled with that mark. Round that up to 52 if you want to, but either way, well over half. That's a very successful record for us, considering these predictions, again, are made in the summer leading up to the season. What are these teams here? Georgia, Michigan, Penn State, Michigan State, Rutgers. Yeah, these are just a handful of teams that we got every single game correct when we predicted them in the preseason. Some will say Georgia and Michigan were gimmies, right? Georgia and Michigan had very easy and favorable schedules. We did have the Bulldogs and the Wolverines both going 12-0. We believe Georgia was actually going to make the college football playoff. They fell short to Alabama, obviously, in the SEC championship game and missed out on the Final Four. We predicted Michigan to win the national championship back in the preseason, and the Wolverines came through. So we were correct on our preseason prediction across the board. But we did, in fact, have Penn State going 10-2, losing their 2 biggest games to Michigan and to Ohio State. So got the Nittany Lions record exactly correct. Every single game correct. Michigan State, 4-8, a little bit harder to predict there. Got every single game correct on the Spartans' record, finishing 4-8 amid the turmoil in East Lansing with the Mel Tucker scandal and things like that. 4-8 for the Spartans, and then correctly predicted every single game on Rutgers' schedule. Was very ecstatic for Greg Schiano and the Scarlet Knights, not only getting to a bowl game, but winning their bowl game over Miami. We predicted they would beat Miami in their bowl game as well, so if you include the postseason, we nailed that pick as well. But Rutgers taking advantage of an early favorable part of the early schedule before faltering down the stretch. But hey, a win's a win's a win. Clinched a winning record for the first time since 2014, 7-6, and the future looking very bright in Piscataway. So again, these teams here, just a handful of the ones we got every single game correct. A couple others were UAB and Kent State. Kent State a little bit easier, going 1-11, but hey, predicting all the losses correct. We'll take it. So a very, very exciting year. Every game correct with those teams we just mentioned. Great on the preseason picks there, as we mentioned, with them one or exactly correct. And then finally, the one we're probably most proud of, guys. We love these preseason predictions. We cannot wait for predictions to start back up in June to get you ready for the 2024 season, which will be here before we know it. But this against the spread record, we are ecstatic about. So if you have been a member of our GE Nation with those expert picks, if you have signed up for those, you won big this season as promised. We told you. We guaranteed you win. We guaranteed we beat out every other analyst and outlet out there, and that's exactly what we have done. 112-73 against the spread this year. That is 60.5%, and this does include bowl games. We went 26-16 in our bowl game spread picks. That is 61.9% against the spread in college football bowl games this year. It is the 5th year in a row we have hit over 60% in the postseason. So that holiday special that we offer, 5th year in a row that we have hit over 60% in postseason games. This is the 2nd year in a row that we have finished the entire season over 60%. It is a culmination of 5 years of hard work where we are hitting over 63% of our bets. 534-314 from 2019 to 2023. Since we started our expert picks in 2019 to now, we are 534-314. That is 63% against the spread over the last 5 years. You will not find a consistent mark like that anywhere else, guys. And that's not just us tooting our own horn, trying to sound, whatever word you want to use. I mean, we are extremely, extremely proud of the work that we put out. We are extremely grateful for all of you that have signed up for our expert picks, and we highly recommend you continue to do so. Spread the word. Sign up now before it's too late. Sign up now before those prices change, because we're afraid they might change here in the coming months. But we are very, very excited for the upcoming season for 2024, where we expect another at least 60% year to continue to add to this total that, once again, is one of the best in the entire country. One of the best spread marks in the entire country right here at the Gridiron Expert. So there you go, guys. Just a quick recap. We want to keep you up to date. It's like a CEO. We give you those recaps of what's happening here at the channel. We give you the ins and outs of what's happening on the channel. We want to keep you up to date. We are extremely happy with these stats. These stats are possible because of you guys. We're not going to be cranking out all these prediction videos if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't do the expert picks if it wasn't for you. You guys are what fuels this channel, and it's only right that we get to share these reports with you. 2024, the season's going to be here before we know it. Yes, this college football season just ended. You say, what's going to happen, GE? Where's the rest of the content coming from over these next couple months? We've got plenty. We've got NFL playoff predictions coming out tomorrow for Wild Card, Super Wild Card Weekend. Every single game will be predicted tomorrow right here on the channel. Do not miss out on that. We're going to cover you from the Wild Card round all the way through the Super Bowl. We're going to have most surprising teams. We're going to have most disappointing teams. We're going to have major offseason storylines, coaching changes, transfer portals, recruiting rankings, quarterback changes, everything like that. We're going to have schedule previews starting in February, previewing our top 25, early top 25, that's coming out soon, as well as a handful of others. And any other video suggestions that you want to see, leave them down in the comments below, and let's get ready for an action-packed offseason. Just because the season is over in real life does not mean it's over here at the Gridiron Expert. Like we always say, here at the Gridiron Expert, college football never dies. This season never ends, and we will continue and always will continue to hold true on that. So once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again for a fantastic 2023 college football season. The 2024 season starts right now, and we'll have you covered every single step of the way. So once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.